People ask me all the time, Rich, what was your very first cycle? Now, my first cycle was basically the same as everyone else's first cycle. It's very common for people to start off with test and DECA. That's a common, just mild, cycle that is going to get you decent results. But being the first time that I had ever taken anything, I actually got pretty dramatic results. And I have to say that, my first cycle was probably my best cycle ever. And I put on 28 pounds in 8 weeks, taking test and DECA. And I was just taking 1 cc of each a week, and a lot of people out there might say, oh, that's impossible. Oh, there's no way, blah, blah, blah. But, honestly, the truth is I put on 28 pounds. I was getting ready for a show as a teenager. I was 18 years old. And I would have to say that probably 22 pounds of that 28 was pure muscle. And that I know for sure. And so, I went from weighing 185, to bouncing up over 200 pounds in 8 weeks and, competing in the show and, taking first and winning the overall. And, I have to say that, my bench press, I was very strong as a kid, and I was benching 315 when I graduated high school. So, adding in that test and DECA, my bench went up to 405. And now when I say 405, that was, a little bit of a spot, arching my back and doing everything I possibly could to get that weight up. You know what I mean? So it was not a legal clean 405. I was getting 365 for, 2, almost 3 reps, and then throwing the 4 plates, and my buddy, my partner was helping me a little bit. So, honestly, I didn't legitimately hit a 405, but, for my bench to go up as much as it did was pretty amazing. And, that's basically my experience, and that was my first cycle. And, I have to be honest, and the truth is I was hooked, man. I was hooked because, my body just grew in front of me. It was growing, my strength was exploding, and, I was going to be one of the top bodybuilders of the world, and I was not going to stop. I was hooked, and I knew I was hooked, and at this point, I knew this is all that mattered to me.